Prime Minister Narendra Modi visits Hyderabad to review COVID-19 vaccine development and manufacturing process. Also visits Zydus Pharma facility in Ahmedabad. Jammu and Kashmir witnesses the first election after Article 370 abrogation and reorganization. First of the 8 phases of Maiden District Development Council polls for 43 seats, with 260 candidates being held today. India continues its progress on COVID-19 fight. Active cases remain below 5 lakhs. Active caseload remains below 5%. Recoveries at 93.68%. The trilateral meeting on maritime and security cooperation among India, Sri Lanka and Maldives underway in Colombo. NSA Ajit Doval representing India in the meet. Iran points fingers at Israel after top Iranian scientist is killed in an ambush near Tehran. Iran vows to strike at the killers of Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, who was suspected by the West to be involved in a secret nuclear program. India to face Australia in the must-win game. Second ODI tomorrow in Sydney. The visitors trail the 3-match series 1-0 after losing the first match by 66 runs in a high-scoring encounter at the SCG. Namaskar, I'm Abhishek and news in detail now. India is a forerunner in the search for COVID-19 vaccine, and we saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the Ahmedabad facility in the morning, and now he is in Hyderabad and personally reviewing the vaccine development and the manufacturing process. And we know that he received a rousing welcome in Hyderabad when Prime Minister Narendra Modi reached there, and it's a second visit, part of 3-city tour. He visited Ahmedabad in the morning. Now he is in Hyderabad and he is scheduled to visit Pune later today in the evening. Now our correspondent Aisha Khanum is with us from Hyderabad. Aisha, PM visited Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad and now he is in Hyderabad, and these are the visuals that we are showing you of the Hyderabad airport. And later he will visit Pune, Aisha, which will give him a first-hand perspective of the preparations, challenges and also the roadmap in India's endeavour to vaccinate its citizens. Aisha? Right, Aisha, if you are with us, I asked you that PM visited the... Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, the Prime Minister has just entered Bharat Biotech here at this campus, and he will spend about 1 hour reviewing the progress of the Covaxin phase trials, and also he will review how this vaccine, and also he is likely to
Right, Aisha, you can continue. He visited the Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad in the morning and reviewed the development and the manufacturing process. And now he is in Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad.
Well, this is a very important leg of Prime Minister's 3-city tour, which the media is terming as the vaccine tour by the Prime Minister, because this is the hub of Atmanirbhar Make in India vaccine that is going to take shape here at Bharat Biotech, which is going to create history in the world, because this vaccine will be the indigenous vaccine. This is the Desi vaccine, and this vaccine is affordable to all, and perhaps the government intends to integrate this vaccine in all the government health programs so that it reaches large number of maximum number of people. So this Bharat Biotech is the hub of Atmanirbhar, and this is where Prime Minister's vision of Make in India is taking shape in the vaccine sector. And here the Prime Minister will be reviewing the progress of the Covaxin, and he will interact with the scientists, with the workers who have been working day and night here to beat the deadline, to meet the deadline, and also to compete with the other vaccines also, which are likely to enter the market earlier than the Covaxin. So they have been working round the clock, and they have been, and the Prime Minister will motivate them. His visit to Bharat Biotech is itself an indication of how the Prime Minister is taking keen interest in fighting corona, which he has been doing right from the beginning by various means and various ways of communicating to people how important is it to be safe and how to exercise precautions. The Prime Minister had already termed the mask as the vaccine before the vaccine enters the market. So this is a very important tour, the visit by the Prime Minister at Bharat Biotech, which will be the hub of Atmanirbhar Make in India vaccine. And as I said, this vaccine is likely to be comparatively cheaper than the other vaccines that are coming before the Covaxin. As the MD of the Bharat Biotech, Mr. Krishna Ella, says that it is his commitment to produce the vaccine, manufacture the vaccine for volumes and for the masses. And also he says the company is not looking at profit, because this is where the pride of India, this is where the Indian indigenous technical skills in vaccines will be showcased to the world, and this will be proven to the world that India can be a hub of vaccines production also. As I said earlier, the Covaxin is now in the third phase. Over 22,000 volunteers have been selected in different centers, more than 20 centers. They are undergoing trials. Though Bharat Biotech has not released the information with regard to the data and the results of the earlier trials also, but it has got a green signal from the drug regulator, from the authorities, to go ahead with the third phase. And Bharat Biotech, being an experienced hand in manufacturing vaccines, it has to its credit over 16 vaccines which are renowned across the world. They have the rotavirus, which is the most cheapest and effective vaccine, which they spent 16 years to get the trial clearance, and which took 16 long years for the rotavirus to come into the market. This rotavirus is now the cheapest available vaccine across the world for gastroenteritis. So Bharat Biotech is confident about the fact that it will use its technology and its skills and also the experience that it has to produce the Covaxin in large volumes. And also the Bharat Biotech MD says that he will also look into the fact that the Covaxin, which he is producing, can be produced in large scale and using different methods. As I earlier said, there are different ways of injections, which is like intramuscular way, intradermal, subcutaneous IVs. So he says that if the method is followed in a different way, the use of vaccine will be lesser. For example, instead of giving a 10 mg vaccine through intramuscular IV, they can also experiment it by giving 0.1 mg through the intradermal IV, which is just like an antibiotic. That means one vial can be used for more than 10 people. So this is how he is working at cost effectiveness and also large volumes to reach out to people, as the government has set the target of more than 30 crores to reach the vaccine to more than 30 crore people across the country. Though Bharat Biotech, actually Bharat Biotech is not in a hurry because the company says that they are not here to compete with the other vaccines. They are here because they will come out with a product which will be not just sufficient for India, but will also be taken across the world, and other countries can use this vaccine. So for Bharat Biotech, this is a big challenge, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting Bharat Biotech today and giving them a pat on the back motivates the scientists here, motivates the workers, thousands of workers here who are spending day and night in coming out with a co-vaccine. So for the moment, all eyes will be on Bharat Biotech, which will be a hub for Atmanirbhar in vaccines, and India will apparently look into leading the vaccine sector also across the world. Once Covaxin comes out successfully, once it is administered to the citizens of the country, and then it is successfully accepted across the world.
Absolutely, Aisha. And personally, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is reviewing the preparedness and also overseeing the vaccine development. But Aisha, PM visited the Zydus vaccine facility from inside, including the inspection of the labs of the company, of the facility I should say, and he will visit here too, maybe wearing PPE kit and the manufacturing plants too.
Yes, absolutely. It is very important for to enter a bioscience lab. You have to take utmost precautions to see to that the work that is going on inside the labs is not contaminated by the entry of the people, by the impurities that the people might bring in the lab. So therefore, it is the procedure that they have to wear the PPE kit, and these PPE kits are not the kind of PPE kits we are wearing for the coronavirus outside. These are the special PPE kits which I have seen the scientists wear in Biocon in Bangalore. So these are special PPE kits which only the scientists, which only the people who are working in these labs are allowed to wear. And when you enter this lab, you have to wear these kits. So obviously the Prime Minister will enter the labs here, will take stock of the situation, and he will interact with the MD of Bharat Biotech, Krishna Illa, and also he will interact with the young scientists who are working here. Remember, for Prime Minister, it is the youngsters, the new India, he always talks about. So these are the young scientists who have taken forward the Prime Minister's vision of research, R&D to a new level, and they are here at Bharat Biotech. Remember when Prime Minister had earlier spoken about the brain gain, and he had talked about improvising the research and development, R&D, life sciences, molecular sciences. So now, today we see this slowly, one by one, these things being implemented, the youth taking his call seriously, and several thousands of youngsters working here at Bharat Biotech, meeting the vision of the Prime Minister and giving new wings to the idea of New India. And Bharat Biotech stands out amidst all in terms of in terms of setting an example for Make in India, and the day the vaccine is out, it will be the Make in India Desi vaccine which will be available to the Indians, and India will be proud of the fact that India is Atmanirbhar in vaccines also.
Absolutely rightly put forward by you, Aisha Khanum, and these are the visuals that we got a while ago, that he is entering the facility in Hyderabad as India enters a decisive phase of the fight against COVID-19. PM visited, and he is visiting the facilities, and discussions with the scientists will help him get a first-hand perspective of the preparations, challenges, and also the roadmap ahead in India's endeavor to vaccinate its citizens. And also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will proceed to Pune after this, where he will visit the Serum Institute of India, which has partnered with global pharma giant AstraZeneca and the Oxford University for the vaccine. Aisha is with us. Aisha, vaccines will be available when they pass regulatory stages, and it wasn't clear which vaccine candidate would pass all the required criteria and by what date, but it's a good news that Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that the COVID vaccine is likely to be available by the first quarter of 2021.
Could you please repeat your question, Anil?
Aisha was saying that vaccine will be available when they pass all the regulatory stages, but it's when Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said it's a good news that he said that the vaccine is likely to be available by the first quarter of 2021.
Yes, absolutely. The vaccine will be available by next year, 2021 January, because AstraZeneca has already applied for a license to use the vaccine in emergency mode. So AstraZeneca is confident about the fact that it might get clearance, to put the vaccine in action. Even before the final final clearances are given, because it is the emergency mode that the world is looking at now to prevent corona and to prevent deaths from the killer virus. So definitely when and if AstraZeneca succeeds in getting clearance from the regulator in UK for using the vaccine in emergency mode, definitely this will benefit India as well. Remember, AstraZeneca is manufacturing vaccines here in India with SII also. So simultaneously, the regulators in India might also look into the fact that these vaccines can be used in emergency mode. So the frontline workers, the doctors, the health workers who are now dealing with the coronavirus from the closest quarter will be in priority to get this vaccine, so that if their immunity system is strengthened, they can further save more lives. And this is one aspect that AstraZeneca is looking at. SII is also hoping that if this happens in UK, this might be replicated in India as well. But for Bharat Biotech vaccine, you will have to wait for some more time. Because this will take some time, and if the regulator agrees to give emergency clearance to use the vaccine for emergency mode, then Bharat Biotech might as well be put in use. But remember, one more important aspect is that these vaccines, which will now be available in the early beginning of the 2021, may not be available for the younger generation, because this is being seen as the vaccine most effective during the trial on people above the age of 50 and lesser than 50. So the trials were conducted on most of these vulnerable population, but the children, the kids below 80 may not be the beneficiaries of these vaccines in the beginning as such. But as a fact, the children, the kids have a better immunity system compared to the other vulnerable population. So this vaccine will perhaps evolve further, and there might be different doses, there might be different ways of administering the vaccine in future to the citizens, to the children, and a different population. So for the moment, it is good news that this vaccine can be given clearance for the emergency mode, for the emergency use as such, and then India will also get the benefits of these if UK and America gives the clearance for the use of these vaccines early. Like Pfizer is also applied for clearance in the next 2 weeks. Then India might also look into bring this vaccine to the country. But remember, this will involve huge costs. But then India will also have to look into the aspect of saving lives. And this, as I said, will be considered as the emergency mode. And India is definitely going to gain from this aspect as such.
Right, Aisha, and coming back to the Bharat Biotech facility, and during the visit to the Zydus facility in the morning, PM Modi was welcomed by the kids, after which he held discussion with the company officials. And here also in Hyderabad, he got a rousing reception and rousing welcome.
Yes, in Hyderabad also the Prime Minister received rousing reception inside the Bharat Biotech also, but here we saw a lot of young people gathering here. Let me show you. These are the people who have come from nearby villages who have come here, and they say that they wish to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister coming so far till the Genome Valley here in Hyderabad. So there were people greeting him along the route at some places, and the youngsters, the people who work in the Genome Valley are the youngsters, the young minds, the young skilled workers who have gathered here to greet the Prime Minister. But inside the Bharat Biotech, there is a very limited entry to the people besides the people working in the labs. So right now the Prime Minister is interacting with the scientists and with the MD of Bharat Biotech, Mr. Krishna Ella, who is briefing the Prime Minister with regard to the plans that Bharat Biotech has to roll out this vaccine. And also he has been very clear from the beginning that his role ends at the manufacturing level, and then the government will have to take over for the distribution, for the reach out to the people, and then the company will continue manufacturing this vaccine, and the government and it will go as per the government's requirement as such.
Absolutely. Just to give the brief overview, he visited the Zydus Biotech Park in Ahmedabad in the morning and reviewed the development and the manufacturing process. Now, as we are showing you the visuals, he is in Bharat Biotech in Hyderabad, and later in the day he will visit Serum Institute of India in Pune. And as India enters a decisive phase of fight against COVID-19, PM Modi's visit to these facility and discussions with the scientists will help him get a first-hand perspective of the preparations, challenges and the roadmap ahead in India's endeavour to vaccinate its citizens. And he will proceed to Pune, where he will visit the Serum Institute of India, which has partnered with global pharma giant AstraZeneca and the Oxford University for the vaccine. And as we discussed earlier, vaccines will be available when they pass the regulatory stages. And good news was that Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan said that the COVID-19 vaccine was likely to be available by the first quarter of 2021. And Aisha is saying that we might get the vaccine a bit earlier also, maybe in January 2021 next year. And the center estimates to receive and utilize 40 to 50 crore doses, covering around 25 crore people by July next year. But Aisha, if you can hear me, like you said, the frontline workers and people above 65 will be given the preference.
Yes, absolutely. The government of India intends to prioritize the distribution of vaccine in terms of people who are more vulnerable to this killer virus. So therefore, it is the age group of about 50, more than 60 who could be the recipients of this vaccine in the beginning. And also the frontline workers. Remember, there are thousands of people who are working day and night across the country in saving lives, and also there are many who have laid down their lives while on duty. So they will be on priority, and the task force have been made in every state to decide at what level and how to reach out to these vulnerable population so that their lives can be saved. As I said, if the frontline workers are more immune, if they can be given vaccine, if they can work fearlessly, they can save more lives. And as I've seen in entire South India, where we are seeing that a common man. People have joined this fight against corona as buddy volunteers. They have joined this fight as volunteers, and they are coming forward to help people. To help people who are getting treated in isolation, who are getting treatment at home. So they are providing all sorts of help to the people who are victims of this deadly virus. So these are the people who need to be taken care of first, so that they can go ahead and they can save more lives. So right now, it is a good it is a good indication that the positive numbers are coming, but still people are lax in this, and many people think that virus is now gone, and that's what we see in Delhi. But at least in South India, people are serious about the fact that the virus still exists till the vaccine comes out. So people don't challenge the virus here, at least in southern part of the country here, and they are taking Prime Minister's words very seriously, because the Prime Minister has very clearly said, till there is no medicine, there should not be any lax in the attitude. So at the moment, it is our mask which is acting as the vaccine, which is protecting thousands of people. If that had not happened, many lives would have been lost if there was no awareness, the way the Prime Minister appeared on television and interacted with people, be it in a very creative way or be it in very stern warning sometimes he gave. So if not for these moves, the step taken by the Prime Minister, more lives would have been lost. So, so the experts say that right now the vaccines are the hope, but at the moment it is the precautions, it is the advice, and as the Prime Minister advises people to wear a mask every day, is the mask is the vaccine for the time being, and that is perhaps the cheapest and the most affordable one. And you need not talk about the logistics of getting a mask and wearing it and keeping yourself safe.
Absolutely. Bharat Biotech is developing COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin in collaboration with the Indian Council of Medical Research, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is personally reviewing the preparedness. Thank you, Aisha. Thanks for your time. Well, that's all we have in this news bulletin. Stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.